It's 9:36 on the 9th of November, and there's an issue as usual. I hate having to reiterate the issues that haven't been addressed and that haven't been resolved in this vendetta of hate crime and land grab, etc. Treason as well, I might add. I've had to contend with all these crimes, and not any of the relevant bodies that are receiving the salary have done their job at all, at all. So I'm recovering, as I've said, from about 4 or 5 untreated ailments that doctors decided not to bother looking or treating and looking at or treating. And as I've said, there have been individuals benefit from NEFIT and COVID and Brexit. That is a part of my humanitarian work as a recovery advocate for Narcotics Anonymous. So there's a Taoiseach up in Dublin that thinks it's acceptable for me to be tolerating what I'm tolerating. Unfortunately, Taoiseach, you have misunderstood the relevance of my qualifications, achievements, accomplishments, achievements, and my titles, my royal titles, and my position. So there are people in this community that aren't following house rules, and there's a few laws being broken. And as I said, there's a lot of contempt and there's a lot of repeat offenders in breach. That means that once you pass a certain milestone without success, and if you continue and persist, then, it's just not acknowledged. But it is, as the other offences, penalised. So, as I've said, I have spiritual qualifications, I have humanitarian qualifications, I have educational qualifications, I have family qualifications, I'm a married woman, etc. I'm a married mom. And there are people in this community that think they're helping themselves to my work and my wealth. That's very expensive stuff. And I've worked for nearly 20 years to, be sitting where I'm sitting, sharing what I'm sharing. There's 600 acres that isn't up for grabs in theft or fraud. There's a child I gave birth to, 7 years of age, that's legally a missing person. And there's a state debt that's quite huge as well. And there's extensive legislation that's been benefited from. So I don't know, if I was smart, if I was a smart person up in Dublin, I'd probably be thinking a little bit more carefully about how I treat people. As someone that's as spiritually qualified as I am, with the clean track record that I have and experiencing the crimes and blasphemy that I've experienced, I dread to think of the outcomes. Um, Abducting a child from a mother, that's quite dangerous. A recovery advocate for Narcotics Anonymous, I might add, clean and sober with the past 20 years, well, 15 years, 17 years. So this is quite a dangerous, dirty situation in Ireland. It's the land of begrudgery. The saints and scholars have lost their status. Saints and scholars are being slandered inadvertently. And there are people in this community not grasping the reality that they don't have right or remit. And there are people coming in and out of a proximity where they have no right or remit. So there are people not doing their jobs in a paid salary position, and that's quite unsafe for you to be receiving money for work you're not doing, and to be stealing wealth from a woman who has earned with you know, clean effort. So those of creative intellectual theft and those disturbing the peace. Um, I can't say my creative intellectual work is going to be helping you in the long run. It's a sad sign of the times. Would the people up in Leinster House that have been hearing from me since 2017 have a bit of courage and bravery, if not a bit of dignity, a bit of integrity, and a bit of common sense? I don't welcome you to my wealth or my work and causing me offence and defaming my good family name. So there's a child missing as well that the guards have been made aware of. You might locate him and bring him to his mother. The Child and Family Agency can't be sweeping children from their parents. It's just, you just don't do that in a modern day and age. It's democracy. So TUSLA have to take responsibility for its failings. Unlawful care orders are quite dangerous pieces of paper. So the obstruction of my legal rights and individuals in my proximity breaking the law. That's counterproductive. It's a sad sign of the times.